What up? T-Bob here.
And Jake as well.
And look at you. You done stumbled upon little OTB Saints, where we bring you all the latest black and gold coverage.
Who are the Saints going to draft? Who's going to be their quarterback? What does the salary cap look like? All that information and more.
Hope you enjoy it. Like, subscribe. God, watching Saints football right now is like that scene in Clockwork Orange where they have his eyelids, being held open by pincers, forcing him, indoctrinating him, trying to rework his brain chemistry. Like, this New Orleans Saints football team right now is the most god-awful football viewing experience I've ever been through in my entire life. They're kind of like that LSU-Arkansas game that you lost where you only got like 119 yards back in the day with Jennings, I think it was. Like, they're like that, but just NFL season writ large. It is, God, it's so bad. It's so bad. And that game, for a lot of it, before the Chargers got, before Mahonky showed up, by the way, doing the AJ and Big Justice dance. I saw a lot of AJ and Big Justice this weekend.
Do you know why?
No.
They got a brand new song.
What, the second version, or did they drop a third?
They have a new, I
I've
think
heard the second one.
No, there's a third with
there's
the
part
fries
two
in the
to that
bag
one.
or something like that.
They're just cranking out hits like that.
Oh, it's a banger.
But I don't know, Jake. I mean, I'll let you talk on the Chargers perspective, but like, as a Chargers fan and supporter, do you at all feel bad for like essentially beating up a 6-year-old? Like, y'all are kind of like a varsity team that just showed up. Like, y'all are out here, Danny Almonte, lying about your age.
Oh, wow. What a name drop.
Yeah, just out here beating up on 9-year-olds in the Little League World Series when you're really 13 throwing a hundy.
Man.
Like, playing the Saints right now, again, it's like playing an elementary school football team as a varsity player.
Honestly, I'm watching the game, and both teams are banged up, and they're getting healthy. I mean, the Saints certainly more healthy than they have been. The Chargers as well. They got Joey Bosa back, and I'm sure he'll get injured again here soon, but at least they got him back in this game. And, for a lot of this game, it was a rock fight. I mean, when it was 3-2, I'm like, what are we watching?
Very funny.
Right now.
I mean, everybody's texting baseball jokes, y'all were.
Yeah. It was very on brand for the two teams. But the difference was, you've got a franchise quarterback in L.A.
Yeah.
And there's just not one. And even if Carr was in this game, you just don't have one in New Orleans. Because Justin Herbert, 20 of 32, 279, 8.7 yards per attempt, 2 touchdowns, also ran the football for 50 yards.
Yeah.
And
he had a long run.
And look, he's out there. And look, I think Ladd McConkey, by the way, is a really good football player. And there's people that doubted him, which is funny. After we watched the Senior Bowl, we were like, okay, yeah, this guy's an NFL player. But he's throwing to Ladd McConkey, Joshua Palmer, Will Dissly, Jalen Rieger.
Yeah.
Jalen Rieger. Okay, and Scott Matlock, who played nose guard and switched to fullbacks, playing both ways for the Chargers, got a pass.
So I was going to ask, 44 is wide. So he's a D lineman.
He plays both ways.
Okay.
Yeah, like truly both ways.
Okay.
Not like a little goal line. Like he's their starting fullback. That makes more sense.
I was like, there's no way this dude came up playing fullback.
No.
He is wide. And that 44 is like a wide number.
Yeah.
And it makes him look even more just like a block of ice out there. Like he was. So I knew he made you proud.
Yes. And so, like, I think that's the difference. Like, you get that group of receivers and tight ends, but it doesn't matter. Because you have a franchise quarterback. You have somebody that's going to elevate the play of those around him. And the Chargers need more weapons if they want to go, make the playoffs or anything like that. But look, they have a winning record, and it's solely because they have a Justin Herbert. And you're a franchise in New Orleans that you have not selected a first-round quarterback since Archie Manning. Okay, now you're going to have a great opportunity this year.
Let's go, baby.
If you don't select one this year.
Let Dennis Allen cook, guys. That's where we're at now.
Let Dennis Allen
cook. The problem is this is not the most exciting quarterback class if we just look at how they're all playing right now.
There's enough, though, where you're going to be selecting.
No, I'll get excited. Look, I will get excited about whoever it is. Do not get me wrong. Like, we will talk ourselves into the candidates. But Quinn Ewers continues to struggle. Carson Beck off this week, but like Beck hasn't done anything this year.
Sanders
really.
will be in it. Cam Ward
Shedeur
will be
looks
in it.
great. Cam Ward looks awesome. Nuss was climbing. This is obviously going to take him a step back.
Yeah, I'd be surprised. Like even before this last game, I would be surprised if Nussmeier put himself into the draft.
I hope not, because he'd be incredible next year if he came back. Like he would be.
There's something
unstoppable.
about, and maybe I'm wrong there. Maybe I'm misreading it, but it just feels like. Anyways,
What if he's like at a first round grade?
back into the first round, I think he still comes back.
Okay, yeah, because he could play his way up to you could
Oh,
play
he
your way
could.
up to number 1.
He could look, and we'll talk about that when it gets there. But like that's one of the things. And look, are there more issues on this team? Yeah, absolutely. There's more issues.
Yeah, this ain't on Rattler.
It's not just I'm not, and this isn't no. But you can just tell, like when you're a roster like this, when you're banged up like this, the only eraser that you can have in the NFL is a franchise quarterback. And you just don't have that right now. You don't have somebody that can elevate your play. And the offensive line continues to struggle. I mean, there's more issues in vogue. But, like, that's one thing. The Chargers have a lot of those same issues, but Herbert puts them in at least position to be successful.
Well, and they have a infinitely better coach.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Jim Harbaugh's resume compared to Dennis Allen, it reminds me of when you look up YouTube videos of India's slums, and you'll have these high-rise apartments and guys driving Lamborghinis, and then around them are just the most squalid living conditions on the planet. And Dennis Allen, he's the slums. And Harbaugh is the guy driving around the Lambo. It is not even close culture-wise. I mean, Minter, dude. Minter's a hell of a D coordinator, too. You think is he going to be one of the next? I know everybody wants to go offensive with their head coaches, but maybe one of the next defensive names that could get hired. Like you're seeing Dan Quinn have success right now in Washington. I feel like Minter's got to be climbing that ladder as well.
Yeah, I mean, they're one of the best defenses. I mean, they are as far as, points per game in the NFL. They only, held their case against the Saints.
Bro, Shedeur Sanders in the black and gold. I'm starting to get a little hot and bothered now.
I mean, he's already in the black and gold. Looks pretty good.
I know, that's what I'm saying. He looks damn good in it, bro.
As long as
can Dion come too?
Just
replace Dennis Allen?
As long as there's a new voice that he hears in the front of team meetings.
What? You don't want to bring Prime?
No. I'm talking about Dennis Allen.
I was about to say, hear me out. Hear me out.
No. I'm talking about Shedeur if he's in those meeting rooms.
He
doesn't hear Dennis Allen because Dennis isn't there.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, that's starting to feel more and more because this team is collapsing.
There's
collapsed.
There's nothing that you can fall back on.
No.
There's not one thing. Okay, let's flip it. And if you were, you talked about Harbaugh. Okay, let's say Harbaugh was in the same situation. You would at least be like, okay, yeah, I get it. But, you fall back on the Michigan stuff. You fall back on the 49er stuff.
You fall back on something with the 3
stuff,
NFC championships in a row, including a Super Bowl. He's like one of the winningest. He's probably one of the best head coach winning percentages of all time.
Yeah. There's things to fall back on. Typically, if you're in this situation and you're still the coach, that's what they're doing. They're like, okay, but remember. There's no but remember. The only thing we remember is bad.
Yeah.
It was bad in Oakland. It's been bad in New Orleans. There's no juice to this team. There's no juice to the sidelines, right? And you feel bad for the veteran players that are out there trying to give you everything that they've got because it's just there's no plan for success right now at all.
No.
I mean, it looks like they're having to show up on Sundays and play because they have to.
You said show, and it sounded like something else. I thought you were about to say the bed, and that is basically what this. That's what my son Sunday morning, the babysitter said I forgot to put pants on him, and so I woke up to just a crib full of human excrement.
Wait.
It felt like almost exactly like what watching that Saints game felt like, just
Poor
cleaning
Quad
up
Bob.
poop everywhere.
He
was chilling.
He's
I mean, I'm like, you're a
foreshadowing
sick little bastard, aren't you? You're just happy as can be, covered in your own crap. You look exactly like Dennis Allen.
Gosh, I saw a story, and I forget, so I apologize. I'll try to find out where it was. I saw a story that said Dennis Allen had one of the most, and this was the headline, cowardly punts in the NFL since 1999.
Yeah.
So in the first quarter on the Chargers, I believe 42?
He doesn't want to play winning football, dude.
Right, and it was 1 to go, and it by the numbers, it was at like a 95% you should go for it in that situation. And by the numbers, the analytics of it, it was the most cowardly punt in the NFL since 1999.
I'm starting
That was
a
the
new
headline.
club. It's called the Courage the Cowardly Coach Punt Club. Mark Stoops is in there. I put Brent Venables in there this weekend, and Dennis Allen. He can be the headliner.
Oh, I have
after
it.
that one.
I have it. Okay. Surrender index 90. New Orleans decided to punt from the Chargers' 47-yard line on 4th and 1 with 11:23 remaining in the first while tied 0-0. With a surrender index of 8.96, this punt ranks at the 95th percentile of cowardly punts of the 2024 season and the 91st percentile of all punts since 1999.
Unreal.
So not playing aggressive, even though you need to play aggressive and try to change up the mojo.
Wow, just amazing black and gold takes right there, Jake.
I don't think I've ever heard any takes that are better than the two guys that just gave you that take.
And you can keep getting them by going ahead and liking, subscribing, ringing the bell to get notifications when we post. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next OTB Saints.